Our next presentation is a duet that is close to home. Anna Bartosh and Cassie Custer are students at OCU. Anna Bartosh is a senior at Oakland City University, majoring in business administration with double concentrations in management and human resources, double minors in servant leadership and psychology, and certificates in accounting and marketing, while working toward the completion of her SHRM-CP exam. Upon graduation in May of 2026, she plans to complete her master's in business administration with a concentration in nonprofit management and leadership at Liberty University, with a goal to open her own Christian-based coffee shop. She is a driven and passionate individual with a proven track record of success in leadership, customer service, and operations management. She works as a barista at the Burkhart location of the Honeymoon Coffee Company in Evansville. She's also an honors student, completed an internship in human resources. She's a prior student ambassador, and she's a prior Student Government Association officer. Over the past 18 months, she has provided leadership in revitalization and rebranding efforts as manager of the OCU campus coffee shop, Holy Grounds. She has made the Dean's List every year, receiving several top academic awards and scholarships. Anna's speaking partner is Cassie Custer. Cassie has demonstrated success through her many titles, including as a student, barista, and soon-to-be author. Cassie is a junior at Oakland City University, majoring in business administration with a ministry leadership concentration, a pastoral leadership minor, a servant leadership minor, a certificate in marketing, and a certificate in management. She has experience with women's ministry and loves to volunteer at events to bring others to Jesus. Cassie plans to be an ambassador with Oakland City University next semester. After graduation, Cassie plans on attending Liberty University for her master's in Christian ministry. Cassie is a Rockbridge Seminary devotional writer working on her first book of devotions. Cassie enjoys baking, serving, spending time with friends and family, and leading others to Jesus. Today, our two speakers are presenting on a topic, redefining success. How about a warm round of applause for Anna Bartosh and Cassie Custer?
What is success? How do you define it? Did you know that you are already successful in your life? My name is Anna Bartosh. I'm a senior here at Oakland City, studying management and human resources with minors in psychology and servant leadership.
I'm Cassie Custer, a junior here studying business with a ministry leadership concentration, a servant leadership minor, and a double certificate in management and marketing.
Today, we are here to answer the question of what is success and redefine it together. Imagine for a moment two students. The first is celebrating their success of graduating college in 4 years with a full ride scholarship and a prime position in a job. They are ecstatic and think that they are highly successful. They've had major family and friend support, a stable home life, and given ample opportunities through their parents and their connections, including how they got their job. They've also had different educational opportunities such as tutoring and pre-college camps. Now the second student graduated in 6 years, a 1.8 GPA, $250,000 in college debt, and an entry-level position in a company they love but thought that they could never get into. They also feel ecstatic and are very successful and proud of their achievements. They've overcome severe health issues, were tossed around in multiple foster family homes, and had nearly no family or friend support. They barely passed high school, and at one point even considered not living anymore. Most people will not see the second person's successes, or they will give more praise in value to the first person because to them, they accomplished more and had larger successes. Both of these people are successful in their own ways.
Looking at these two students, the second student was more successful in overcoming their struggles through their work ethic, instead of being handed all their opportunities. But what if the first student truly never wanted the lifestyle they were given, and were forced into the tutoring, extra studying, and long nights, all to attain a degree for a career they truly never wanted? Within my own life, my grandpa is an example to me of the second student. My grandpa was the first out of his 7 siblings to attain a college degree in the midst of doing a work study and playing a sport. Well, this came with long nights, hard days, and lots of stress. When being asked about his experience, he would say that it was enjoyable and all worth it. Why? Success is not always easy and requires much hard work, but it truly always pays off. My grandpa cared more about his family to persevere through his life struggles because of his definition of success. To me, my definition of success is similar to that of my grandpa's. Success to me is not about numbers, it's about people. How do you define success? According to Cambridge Dictionary, success is defined as the achieving of desired results, or someone or something that achieves positive results. While this might be the dictionary definition, each person has their own way of how they view success, which is based upon the people in their life, their experiences, and their opportunities. What might seem as a small task to one might be seen as a big accomplishment to someone else. For example, I got up this morning. I won a Nobel Prize. I walked across the room. I maintained above a 4.0 GPA. Everyone has their own definition of success, but success affects the mind of each individual the same way.
According to several studies done and published within the Harvard Business Review, success literally changes the way that your brain is wired. There's this phenomenon called neuroplasticity that up until recently, scientists had no idea what it was, what caused it, or what affects it. They did a study with monkeys, and it showed that success and being rewarded for it had an effect on the brain, and it changed it the more that they had that success and the feelings of the reward and pleasure that came with it. Interestingly, failure had no effect. The brain has psychological effects, but according to this, there was no actual changing and rewiring of the brain. It did not remember the failure to do better next time, but it remembered the success and the feelings that came along with it and wanted to keep doing that next time. Therefore, it's okay to make mistakes because failure isn't going to impact you, but success will. So keep trying. Back to the psychological effects. Success is similar to a tranquilizer effect. Your stress levels are reduced, and your happy hormones, like your serotonin and your dopamine, are increased. And it increases the more success or feelings of success and praise and accomplishments that you have. Those feelings can change depending on who you're around and the environment that you put yourself in. And it can even be as or more effective than antidepressants and many drugs. There's also this theory called social evaluative theory, and it has a stronger effect on the person and ego than many major life stressful events. Some of these are fear of death, financial insecurities, worries about your children, health concerns, and even pressure at work. In order to understand and feel success, you must know failure and accept it. Sarah Blakely, who's the creator of Spanx, grew up being taught about success and failure. Her dad taught her that if she had not failed at something each week, he would be disappointed. This mentality shaped Sarah's ideas of success and failure. Without failure, how will you know what true success is? Sarah's dad was proud of her when she failed her LSAT and even failed to become a Disney actress. Sarah learned to give back to the people in her life,
They're her products and her company because of her failures. Without her failures, Sarah may never have the humbleness that she now possesses.
Imagine someone that makes $147,000 salary, has a 10-minute commute to work, is married, has kids, can give back to charity, and can lend money to friends and family when needed. This is what is imagined to be the perfect American who has made it and is successful. Now imagine someone that makes $57,000, has a 17-minute commute to work, and is not married or divorced. This is what the average American is. 46% of Americans are married, and 40% of those marriages will end in divorce. Barbara Friedberg, a former professor and an investment portfolio manager, said that the secret to success is not money, but it is living a life congruent to your values. You can have the best house in the world, be CEO of the top company, have no debt, and have the perfect family, but if you're not happy, what is the point? If you don't know what your values are, how can you know what your goals are, and therefore how can you be successful? Money does not equal happiness or success, unlike how society teaches us today. Having that top job doesn't mean you're the best. It doesn't mean that you yourself are fulfilled and feeling successful. It's just a title. It's just stuff. It is more worth it to be paid less and to love what you do every day and love your environment and be happy than to be paid millions or trillions of dollars in a job that other people think that title means everything, but to not like what you do every day, to hate going into that environment, and to can't wait till you leave work every day. A study was done with 5,000 people. 92% of them assumed that other people's success was based upon them caring about their fame and fortune. However, the key part here is that they assumed that. If you were to ask those same people, they would say that their values and success were not part of that fame and fortune. It didn't matter to them because that's not what their goals were. That wasn't their intention, was not to be known and famous and have money and be successful. It was just to follow their values and their passion. Another study was done with 2,000 people. 26% of them said they lived paycheck to paycheck. 27% of them said that wealth was their highest measure of success, which makes sense because at that moment they didn't have money. Therefore, their goal at that time was to have money, and that reaching that goal was their success. As they grew on in life and they had more money, they realized that money was no longer a goal to them. It wasn't a success reaching that anymore. While it could buy them things and that could bring them some happiness, that wasn't how they defined themselves. Success differs on your perspective, your age in life, where you're at, your goals, and it's different for each person. Success can be money. It can be a title or stuff. If that is your goal, you would be successful in reaching your goal. But success is not those things. Success is personal. It's also important to recognize other people and their awards, their accomplishments, meeting their goals, and their success. Get a group together with your friends. Be accountable with each other. If they haven't reached their goals, motivate them. Help them continue. Share what your goals are with them and help them motivate you. If something's not working, talk about it. How are your values? What are you trying to do? How can we adjust that and move forward in life? And when you or someone else has reached that goal and had some success, even if just a small part, have a party. Celebrate that success. Because the more success that you have and the more success you're around, it goes back to the psychological effects. You're going to be happier. Your stress is going to be reduced. Those happy hormones, your serotonin and dopamine, are increased. That neuroplasticity, your brain is changing again. You're going to be a happier person and have more successes the more that you do it.
Faithfulness plays a huge role in success as well. To me, stewarding what the Lord has given me is how I view success. Similarly, passion is success. Without passion, you may never attain certain tasks in your job or career. Finally, servant leadership is success. Serving others is a crucial part of my life and story and how I view success. Matthew 25:21 ties this all together. It reads, Now the master, who in this case is referring to Jesus, was full of praise. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together. In the Christian faith, we believe that one day, when you die, you will stand before Jesus and hear one of two things. Well done, my good and faithful servant, or depart from me, for I never knew you. Jesus will not say, well done, my good and CEO, my good and famous, or my good and successful servant. Success to the world can look like receiving awards or earning achievements, making the dean's list, earning Employee of the Month, or receiving a heartfelt compliment might be a measure of success to some. But as someone who has earned many awards and many kind compliments, I can say that success does not come from these places. Awards are wonderful, compliments are great, but are you truly fulfilled by them? Does success stop when you are handed a piece of paper or praised by a person? Paul Tripp, the author of New Morning Mercies, says that success is based upon eternity rather than the size of one's house, the pile of one's possessions, the power of one's position, or the beauty of one's physical self. I could not agree more. Success is not tangible. Success is eternal. Eternity is what fulfills one's life and gives one their purpose and happiness. As one is passionate, dedicated, and faithful, success will come. But it starts in a person's heart and with one finding their purpose and happiness. Therefore, if you are not happy, are you really successful? Thank you.